What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another vlog by yours truly, your local Geek Squad nerd. What's up, you guys? Hope you guys are having a good week. As you can tell, I have a bit of a raspy voice, or maybe you can't tell with the background noise. The helicopter. Oh, sounds like we're under attack, huh? As you can tell, I have a bit of a raspy voice. That's because I have been sick most of the week. I thought I was getting sick. I think on the last vlog I discussed that I might be feeling a little off weather. And it turned out I was feeling sick because it got progressively worse over the last week. But I am about, I would say, 95% better, 90%. I'm to the point where I don't feel sick anymore. Like, I don't feel but I still have the raspy voice and the cough. That's about it. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So other than being sick, I ended up missing, because of that, I ended up missing a couple of days work, which is unfortunate because this was the paycheck that I got to keep most of the paycheck. And didn't have to divvy it out towards bills right away. And now I'm going to have like $300, $250, $300 less on the check because of that, which is a bummer. But what can you do? I tried working sick. I worked with a mask on for the first day. And the first day where I was feeling really sick, I tried to work through it and not leave my coworkers hanging, but by Monday, I couldn't do it. I was just not feeling well at all. So I ended up calling in for 2 days, and then I was off. So I ended up having technically a 4-day vacation, I guess you could say. And it did allow me to recharge. I do feel a lot better now, and I am pumped for the weekend. But hopefully I get this taken care of soon, and I just don't, hopefully my voice goes back to normal. I would like that. The coughing is definitely annoying. I had an interesting customer today. Well, I'll talk about that in a minute. I forgot to mention on last week's vlog that I finally got my buddy Ryan's computer up and running again, and now it is actually working the way it's supposed to. We ended up replacing the power supply because that's what I thought was wrong with it. I was pretty sure that it wasn't getting enough power, and that ended up causing the CPU was pulling, or not CPU, the GPU is pulling more power than, drawing more power than this power supply was able to output. So it was overworking the power supply, ended up causing it to burn out. But yes, replacing the power supply resolved all of his issues. Now he's happy again and out of my hair, for now. With his luck, something else is going to go wrong with his computer. But I had an interesting customer today. I had a customer who was a victim. I'll be right back. All right. I had a customer that was the victim of a scam, and I was speaking to her, and I was trying to figure out what we could do for her because her bank wanted her computer checked and everything. And she was on the verge of crying, and I felt terrible for her. Unfortunately, she was scammed out of $10,000 and doesn't believe that the bank is going to really do anything to help her get her money back, which is really unfortunate. That always makes me feel really bad when I run into customers that have been scammed out of any money, but especially lots of money, and especially when it's elderly or people who are retired and they're on such a limited income. It makes me feel bad. I also had another customer who was cool and brought in a pizza for us at the Geek Squad. So that was a random bonus. I've been calorie tracking my food intake this week. I'm on like day 5 of doing that. Well, I am back. I forgot where I left off. I think I don't remember. But on to the next topic, anyways. Oh, yeah, I was talking about my buddy's computer being fixed finally again, so that's nice. Something unfortunate is that I didn't make a lot of money. Okay, I worked for Apple, but I didn't make Apple kind of money, you would think, because I technically worked for a third-party company that is just contracted to do Apple tech support. So at the time, well, in 2001 or 2021, I believe I was working for Socket at the time, and I was filing exempt on my taxes, and I still do because I really need the money. I can't really afford to give it away. Most of my money goes towards bills. Some of my money goes towards keeping it for things that I want, or it doesn't sound good when I put it that way, but most out of $1,000, I would say 850 of it's going towards bills. And if they were to take out that extra $100, I would have nothing for myself, or nothing, or not enough to pay bills at times. And so I expect not to really have to pay taxes by the end of the year, because I don't usually ever make enough I make under $20,000 a year. I don't know. All I know is I made the poor decision of deciding to file exempt on my taxes, and they're probably going to garnish my wages and take the money that I only owe $1,500, so it's not like I owe some large amount or anything. But they can take up to 25% of my check. So if I make $1,000, they can take up to $250 of that, which is unfortunate. I think twice a year, the way the paydays work, twice a year do I get a whole paycheck that I get to keep to myself. Otherwise, it's always going towards a bill. And that's because maybe more than twice a year, but it's definitely not very often that there's 3 paychecks, 3 pay periods in a month. So whenever there's 3 pay periods in a month, that always leaves me one extra paycheck that I get to enjoy that doesn't have to go towards all bills. I think I may just have to pay my taxes like every American. I mean, I pay all the stuff that you can't avoid paying. I don't know. I don't feel like it's fair to try and justify it. In my head, it's just because I need the money, but now I'm going to have to pay for it either way. So they get what they're owed no matter what. So lesson learned, and just going to pay it and start paying my taxes the right way. And then just, I guess, filing for returns at the end of the year. That's why I usually did it that way, is that I just never expected to get a return. I always expected them to take everything. I wish taxes was a much more fair thing. I wish it was based off of I don't know. I don't really know how taxes work, to be honest with you guys. It's a part of why I've avoided it, because I've never really understood how it all works. TurboTax is who I use. But I just haven't filed it the last few years. I got to fix that and get on track before they come for more money. But let's see, what else? It's getting towards Christmas time, and I got to figure out how I'm going to get gifts this year. Funny that I'm talking about not being able to pay my taxes, but getting people Christmas gifts is important to me for some reason. It always makes me really happy to think of the perfect gift to get for my brother or Stacy or my sister or my other brothers if I could afford multiple. I usually get gifts for people that are here with me, because I got an extended family and I can't really afford to buy gifts for every single one of them, which makes me feel bad, but I don't expect them to get me anything either. So But I don't know if I'm going to be able to really afford cool gifts for my family this year. Usually I take particular pride in trying to find the perfect Christmas gift or perfect birthday gift for my brother. But I might have to draw that back a little bit and just go with something more standard. I don't know. I don't know. I hope I can do something special is what I'm saying. The other thing I had to talk about is I am almost done with Final Fantasy X. I'm nearing the end. I don't know if any of you watching could even tell where I'm at in the game, but I am near the end of the game. Then I'm going to be starting Final Fantasy X too. That's your PSP update. So, hey, you guys, I'm going to end the vlog here. You guys keep rocking it. Keep being awesome, supporting me, and keep your chin up. Things will get better in our world, hopefully. I mean, maybe the Hamas and Israel war might be ending finally. Thank you for that. That would be really, really nice to have all that stopped and finally. I don't know about the 20-point plan, but I mean, if they agree and they want, I don't know. I just really hope it turns out well for them too. Anyways, you guys have a good evening and a good week, and I will see you guys next week. Josh out. Bam.